Hari Om. Welcome to the Sanatana Dharma video series. Here we are going to discuss on another topic that was raised by one more student in one of our discussion classes. The essence of this question is, it starts from Vedas are not allowed for everyone, Upanishads are not allowed for everyone. Then what is the actual content that Sanatana Dharma has to offer for those for whom Vedas are not allowed? So what else if not Vedas? Let us discuss on this topic today. Let us first see what are the regular contents of Sanatana Dharma for practicing, for austerities, for growing up. Okay. First, let us see that it has a lot of grades. For example, if we want to have an education in the schooling, we go to the school first, we go to kindergarten, first play school, kindergarten, then we go to the like primary school, then secondary level, then higher secondary, then the bachelor's, then the master's, and then we go for PhD research kind of things. So this is how the education system is graded in India. I don't know if it is similar in the West, in the European countries and in Russia. I think this is the same condition in the US, etc. So there are certain years that we spend. For example, kindergarten, we have lower kindergarten, upper kindergarten, 2 years of kindergarten. Like play school is like it's dependent on the parents, how long they want to keep the child. There is primary schooling until the 5th standard. Then there is high school until the 10th standard, then higher secondary, that is from the plus 2, like after 10th. We go for the 11th and the 12th. After that, we go for bachelor's, that is 3 years. Then we go for the post-graduation or what we call as master's, that is 2 years. Then the research depends on the person's capacity, minimum 3 years to later like 5 years, 10 years, whatever they want to spend. Then a person is called a doctor something. Okay, so their name, their second name, their first name. Along with that, the doctor is added. So this is how it is graded. In the same manner, like I want to go to school. I do not know even how to write the okay, I don't know how to write even one single letter. And I want to add doctor to my name. This is the exact demand if we are asking for Upanishads and Vedas at the right away in the beginning. Okay, if not in the beginning, let me reach to that position, like exactly a PhD position or at least master's level where they are allowed. Can I go for that? Then even they have limitations, like that is meant for something which is whose eligibility is decided on the base of Janma. This is what we discussed in another video. The Janma is the birth. On the basis of birth, we are going to deal with the content. So whoever is allowed for that will do it. Whoever is not allowed will not do it. Now that question comes here. So what for them? So let us see what we have. So it is the stepwise low to high, same as our education system. One of the main features is what is for me. Okay, if I am not a Brahmana, if I am not a Dvija, like the first 3 varnas are called Dvijas, if I am not eligible for Vedas, what is there for me? The Guru will guide you. It is not my duty. It is not in my decision that I can give you some advice. I can lead you. I can guide you. No, I cannot. The Guru is the right person to do this. Okay, what if I don't have a Guru? Then start with an Ishtadeva. There is a Bhagavan concept, personal God concept in all the dharmas. Okay, in Hindu Sanatana Dharma, we have a personal God concept where we have Ishtadeva. There is not just one God. The God is one, but he has many forms. So that one of the forms I like, I will choose. And then that Ishtadeva also becomes a guru. So that is how we seek guidance, and it happens when the connection happens. Now let us see the not for everyone contents. The Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads are the ones which are not for everyone. Then the Vedangas, Upavedas are for them who are intellectually competent. I mean, those who have to do with, for example, I want to learn Vyakarana, I want to learn Jyotisha, I want to learn the Vedangas, some of them are there for everyone. It's not that, but if they are connected with, actually they are meant for Vedas. Actually, they are meant for understanding the Vedas, Brahmanas, and these higher level texts. But these days, they are like independent, they developed as independent treatises. So we can also go to these studies. I mean, these are somewhat for everyone. I mean, these days, everybody are learning them and they are connected with these Vedangas and Upavedas. Now, Smritis are the rules books. They are specific. They are very specific. How to live your life, how to conduct a ritual, what rituals, when the timings, the according to the person stage of life. Like somebody is born, then we do that. The 16 samskaras, and some activities like how to get married, and like there are the rituals to follow during the marriage, etc. All these are like documented. These are the documents of such rituals. And the rules for a normal life, like what a human being should do, what a Brahmana should do, so these are the ones like Shruti, Smruti, and the Purana. This is the order. So Shrutis are the Vedas, all these contents. The first four are the Shrutis. These also come under almost Shrutis only. And these are like Smritis. Smritis are the second level, the rules books. Then what are for everyone? The Puranas, Itihasas are for everyone. Now what is an Itihasa? Itihasa is like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Only these two books are called Itihasas. Ramayana is written by Valmiki, Mahabharata is written by Vyasa. Ramayana has 24,000 shlokas. Mahabharata has 1 lakh shlokas. Now, what is 1 lakh? I'll tell you, it's 100,000. 100,000 shlokas. Then we have Puranas. Puranas are like friends. Okay, Vedas are like the king. The king will order. King will not be available for everyone. But Puranas are like friends. They are available for everyone. We have good friends who are more learned than us. They're not peers. They're not just peers. A good friend is like a guide. Okay, we all understand what is a good friend and what is a peer. It's not just whom we move along and we spend time. It's not just that. Okay. So this is how the things are in this around the Puranas. Now, how many Puranas are there? Puranas are many in number. There are 18 main. Apart from them, there are like Upa Puranas. Okay, Upa Puranas are also there along with that. Okay. Then we have let me tell you some important Puranas. The Bhagavata Purana, for example, it has 18,000 shlokas. Okay, it has 18,000 shlokas, and we have the one moment. Okay, then we have the Skanda Purana, which is almost like if I remember it correctly, then it is like 20, like that also is 20 plus 1,000 shlokas, as far as I remember. Then there are Tantras and the Agamas. Okay, so the Tantras and the Agamas, they are the ones which connect us with the actual spiritual practices. Okay, so they are meant for spiritual practices. Yes. So these tantras and agamas are the like Sri Vidya, like the Shakta, the traditions. They have different traditions. So there are many non-Brahmanas who can do this, and actually there are only non-Brahmanas sometimes who are much learned in these. Okay, and the Vaishnava agamas, Shaiva agamas, we have the Shakta agamas. So they are related to Devi, Vishnu, Shiva, and all. So these are all meant for, like, for example, Vaishnavas don't see any kind of like Varna division when they give this Diksha, or what we call as a set of austerities and rules, initiations into the religion that they follow. So they don't they don't count the Brahmanas, the Varna systems at all. Then there are stotras that we can read. That is actually what we are doing as a part of our Sanatana Dharma project. That we have many like chanting of stotras. We have training under the training in pronunciation of these stotras. When we say correctly, it is because the stotras are composed in Sanskritam, and the Sanskrit is having very good, beautiful effect on our psyche, on our mind. I don't have even one student who did not tell me that they feel good in the class after coming to the class. There is a striking difference before the class time and after the class time in their lives. Like I'll tell you, like individual classes we have weekly, for example. So before the class and after the class, they see a change in their mind. Then we have like course. We have a 3 months course, 4 months course, weekly course we have. Then people are like before that starting of the course and after the end of the course, they feel the difference. Then there is a like pattern. They do it for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And through this time, they see a change in their lives. So these are all sadhana points. Like these are all for us only. They are not like anything like they don't discriminate. Anybody can read stotras. And even this is not discrimination. As I told you, this is something based on eligibility that the birth decides. Because Sanatana Dharma believes in the birth divisions. I only very few people accept this point, and I belong to such a tradition which acknowledges this point, and people are like dragging nonsense into this theory. They say, no, it's not required. This is introduced by later people. No. Then the whole Sanatan Dharma will collapse. And that is what is happening. Vedas are not for everyone and anyone. And they start to promote the Vedas. Anybody who is not eligible, even by the basic cleanliness, and they are promoting and they are connected. It brings lot of chaos into the system. And I belong to a tradition where we follow the Varna system, the Ashrama system, etc. Now, we will know about it in the next video. Then the stotras, tantras, Puranas, Itihasas are for everyone. Now, here there is one more caution point. For example, I say Puranas are for everyone. Yes, Puranas are for individual study, or they can be heard. Like when somebody is reading out the Purana, explaining the Purana, we have many people who do that. We call them Pravachana Kartas, Pravachanam, or like we say the speech people, the oratory. Okay, they just, they speak on the subject, they explain, they entertain people who want to learn more, they guide, they answer the questions, they will they clear the doubts, all that they can do. So under them we can learn these. Now if we can read the translations available, the good translations, of course the standard translations, we can read them, no problem about that. But we should not become ourselves the pravachakas. That is one more point where we should stop. These are for everyone, sure, but everyone should not go to like say the like they do the pravachana. If one like we have like Suta Maharshi in the Mahabharata also, he comes in the Puranas, he comes. Suta Maharshi is not a Brahmana, but still he is the one with whom people sit, under whom people are ready to learn, even Brahmanas. So this is how the system is. That person is learned in these things, then he can guide us through his pravachanas or the speech. Okay, so he's like sitting on a little raised altar and all others are sitting down. And then, but Brahmanas do it even when he's a Shudra. So this point nobody tells. People say there has been a discrimination, Shudras have been this. Even if I say this word in India, it's very bad, very, very bad. Even to this day, people don't understand the importance. I'm not saying anything wrong. That is there in the Shastras. If I'm a Hindu, if I believe in Vedas, if I believe in the Shruti, Smriti and Purana tradition, then I must acknowledge this point, and even they should be doing it. But lot of like dirt and filth has been put in between these things, that I really, really am like very upset about these things. And many people like me who want to follow the tradition are very upset around these points. So these videos are meant to be removing like these misconceptions, these discrepancies which have like crept in between the tradition, and we are misunderstanding, misinterpreting, misguiding others under our like fears, under our what you call as a very like inferiority complex, that oh, in the Sanatana Dharma is bad because you people have the Varna system, the Jati system, this is very bad. Who says this is bad? Everybody has their set of works, and it is like the division of labor kind of, like we are dividing, the society has to run. So who will take care? If for example, everybody wants to become a Brahmana, then who will take care of the Shudra works? Who will take care of the Vaishya works? Who will take care of the other occupations? So that is how it has been. So you are born in the Janma, by birth you are born into one family, take up the family tradition. That has been. So people have like far and wide made a big cry and outrage and oh, how can this be? How can you stop this as individuals? No, this is a duty that Sanatana Dharma knows that Bhagavan is the one who creates and he knows where to put whom. So this is how we will discuss it later anyhow. So this is so we should not become pravachakas without having any background or the first reading. Oh, I have read Mahabharata once. Can I become a pravachaka? No, you can't. Okay, so there is a person who is reading Mahabharata 18 times, the whole 100,000 shlokas, each time one round 100,000, then second 100,000, then third 100,000. So 1800,000. So I mean, so many times, 18 times he is doing the this one. Then he becomes eligible. Then he will have the details, the very subtlest details he will have about he or she, anybody. This is for all, for even the women can do this thing, but they have to become eligible for that, okay, under the guru. When the guru says, then we can do it. Even guru is needed here as well. If we want to read individually, then there is nobody needed. But what if you get a doubt? You cannot ask the author, isn't it? You cannot ask. So then you need some person. Then of course you have to put somebody as a question point where you can go and reach. See, I'm reading Mahabharata. I got a doubt here. Can I get it cleared from you? So we need some learned scholars around us or to at least reach. So before we do all this, for stotras, there is nothing like that. Stotras are a very simple practice and there are more practices I'm going to give you. Then there are bhakti kavyas. Bhakti is devotion and kavyas are the poetic works. Okay, there are many beautiful poetic works around me. There are bhakta stories. There are like we will have a course on that very soon. I'm just planning for that. Even nothing is working out right now, but we'll come up with bhakti courses and bhakti stories. Really, I'm waiting for that, like how to make it realize. I'm having few ideas in my mind. So these bhakti kavyas are very good guiding points for even for the beginners, for the intermediate level, for the higher level, and people without touching Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, without knowing even how to read, can become liberated by this bhakti. That is the importance of bhakti. And stotras connect us with bhakti. Like we want to express the bhakti to Bhagavan, then we have the stotras. I read a stotra with lot of devotion. Bhagavan understands me. Bhagavan guides me. Bhagavan liberates me. Bhakti has that power, the might, the energy, the system, the stepwise, gradation is there inside the bhakti itself. It becomes, the whole life becomes very pure, very, even without touching the Vedas, even without touching the mantras, you say nothing, but you have a feel. These bhakti kavyas guide us under that heading. Okay. Now we'll go for how to choose. So there are so many things like how do I choose? What is the point of that? Then we have like three important bhakti, jnana, and karma. These are the three important ways that we have discussed in another. Like we had a meeting, we had a separate speech class on this. So we had this how we do the bhakti, jnana, and karma. Okay. Then what is bhakti? Bhakti is to make Bhagwan yours through feeling. So this is all emotional content. Some people are very emotional. When you tell something to them, like, Bhagwan is so beautiful, like the Bhagwan has this form, Bhagwan is very compassionate, then they immediately connect with that idea. So they don't need, like, they are not hard-hearted. At the core, they are very pure and they are very, like, sensitive to this kind of, input in their life. Like the emotional content attracts them and they are directly, like, immediately connected to that idea. For them, bhakti. For those who are not very emotional, those are very, very thinking hardcore, like brainy people, they are very scholarly, intellectual, they want to deal everything with the thought. They want food for thought. And for them, the jnana. Jnana is like again the Prasthanatraya, the Vedanta, the Mumukshu, that liberation kind of things. But again, under whatever level we are. So up to some extent, the Puranas, the Itihasas also help us at this. Like the Jnana content, like like Rama killed Ravana. Rama can, remove the evil spirits inside us. Like we have something, like we have high anger, we have high desire, we have high something which is bad, which is spiritually like blocking us. Then if this, like Rama killed Ravana, this has bhakti. Oh, if Rama can kill Ravana, Rama can remove my what is inside me. So that is bhakti. So knowing that, the connecting with feeling and doing it is bhakti. And the thought itself, oh, he's a liberating, he's a person who helps me in the liberation. That is jnana. Knowing it, even understanding, appreciating, remembering, then trying to practice. Now you can convert this jnana to bhakti. They are internally changeable. But when the thought is involved, that is jnana. When the feel is involved, that is bhakti. Then when we come to karma, karma is like it's a general activities that we do in the life. What we like eating, sleeping, getting married, getting children, doing some job, feel all these activities. Like in the family person, we are a social person. So whatever we do, like going to like temple, going to a party, and like following the dharma, what is intended, taking care of the parents, all these things is like karma that is given to us. Like we are a man, we are a woman, we are a child, we are a elderly person, that is an old man, old woman. I'm a painter, I'm an artist, I'm a singer, whatever karma I am doing. Like for example, I'm a teacher. Like my whole life is about teaching and learning, both. Like without learning, I cannot teach. So that is my karma. Now, what is nishkama? Let us try to understand that. This is very important. Now, this becomes a sadhana. So, what I'm born, I'm brought up, I went to school, I studied, then I did a job, then I got my life partner, then I got children. What is special about it? This is karma. But when does it become a sadhana? It becomes a sadhana when you do all this for no fruit back, like no result, nothing. We don't desire for anything in return. So the keep away the returns. Okay, so do we invest in some business where returns are not there? We don't. But this is nishkama karma is such a business which we will do just for business sake. We are not asking for anything in return. Okay, I'm born, I have to get married, I have to get children, I'll do it. That's all. So I understand. So jnana helps in again. Bhakti helps in again to do these things. So this is how it is. Then there are like simple austerities that we can take care. The simple austerities which are very, very like not very difficult to understand or feel. Then these are, they don't require any kind of great eligibility, great fine, understanding, very deep, nothing. They are very simple. They are for everyone. They are for everyone. Like yajna, for example, we need eligibility. Oh, some person should have done this, then he is eligible. So this is also a small tapasya, as we call. Tapasya is a penance. So life, we have to do our jobs, we have to take care of our kids, we have to do our duties, we have to earn money, we have to undergo a lot of like turmoil sometimes, we have to undergo the happiness as well. For the turmoil we complain, but for happiness we don't complain. But still happiness is also an obstacle in the tapasya. Tapasya is something which makes us like neutrally going towards a spiritual path. So if something around the world gives us, happiness, like I get a lot of money, like my salary is increased, I'm promoted, like I get a child, the child loves me, and I come to know about some other like promotion, some other in the job, or in like I get a good friend, I meet a good friend. So these are all like physical world happiness. Physical world happiness is not the marking point for spiritual world advancement. The spiritual world and spiritual journey is entirely different than the normal physical world things. Okay, so this is like tapasya what we are going to do. Let us see some kind of tapasyas. Okay. There are like japa, dhyana, parayana, dana, mauna, lekhana. These are all independent activities, individual activities. Like we are like saying the name of Bhagavan. Like for example, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Devi, whomever we like, Ganesha, whomever we like. We are saying the name of the Bhagavan. Okay, so that is japa. Either we say silently or loudly. Japa anybody can do. Then we do the dhyana. The dhyana is meditation. Simple, in simple terms, it's meditation, but dhyana is much more deeper. So dhyana, I like this is not a class for dhyana, so I cannot tell you all that. So whatever you understand by that word, even that is like eligible. Then we have parayana. Parayana is reading this Ramayana, Mahabharata, the Puranas, the Itihasas, etc. That is the parayana. Then we have dana, like some people live by just donating. Donation is also a very beautiful way of living. Like we earn something, then we donate it. It is there in, I think, across the religions, it is there. But even the Sanatan Dharma makes it a very like, if you cannot do any sadhana, if you don't have time for any sadhana, just donate whatever you can, like you give money, you give clothes, you give whatever. I don't know if other countries, like people have told me, Russia, it's nothing like that because the government takes care of those who are not very like well-to-do and all that. So who is there to give? So something like that. But in India, it's not like that. We have like many people who can accept the dana, and it's like a shastric way of thing. So that's a very technical thing. I will make another video on that, how to do that. Then mauna. Mauna is a very, very convenient and beautiful, but very difficult. Convenient because anybody can do it. The money is not a matter here. Okay, so if none of these involve money. If you see the sadhanas, the japa, you don't need money. You need time and concentration. The dhyana, the meditation, that is also like that. Parayana, you just need the book. These days are the days of internet, so you can download a book and read it. Even that is parayana. It's a dana. Dana, like it is with money involved. Then mauna. Mauna is like dana is many kinds. I'll make another video on that. Now I'll get an idea what to tell you about it. We'll come to that later. So what is mauna? Mauna is keeping silent, the oath of silence. Throughout the day, we have to do it actually 24 hours. But if we can manage it for half day, 12 hours, you can keep 12 hours cycle, or you can do it for a 1 hour a day, like until you get used to it. For example, every Saturday from 11 to 12, I won't speak. So choose a day when you are not going to office, when you don't have any duties to discharge, etc. Choose such a day initially for the practice. When you see the effects of mauna, there are people, I know one person who has experimented on this. He achieved whatever he wanted in his life only with mauna. Okay, only with mauna. Then lekhana. Lekhana is like writing the name of Bhagavan. This is another kind of japa. This is another kind of sadhana that people do. People keep writing. Writing the name of Bhagavan repeatedly, or you can write the Mahabharata shlokas, the Ramayana shlokas, just for practice. Just write a stotra a few times. So there was one, let me tell you something, my personal, this thing. I won the boon of staying in Tirupati by writing just one shloka 1008 times. People asked me, there was one like this thing, an institution which said, like write this stotra 1008 times, just for free. I mean, anybody can do it. So they gave the shloka, and then I started writing 1008 times. Then I submitted. It is called a yajna, like lekhana yajna. They do. It's like a like I don't want to use the word sacrifice. It's a yajna means yajna. That's a very technical word. Then that gave me in return in my personal life. So it happens. Anybody can do it. In spite of being a Brahmana or Shudra, Kshatriya, whoever you are, you can do all these activities. But under the guidance. Better under the guidance. The Guru is of course required, or the Ishtadeva. First connect with the Ishtadeva through a stotra, through bhakti, and then do all these things as a supplement activity towards that main bhakti jnana karma. As a supplement activity with any of these, you can do these things. Then pravachana, listening to pravachana at one point of time and becoming a pravachaka after a later point of a very higher level of spiritual level is increased, then you can do the pravachana. Shravana is listening, lot of like listening. Okay, in pravachana, when you try to speak of, for example, there is a kid. The kid wants to understand who is God, or what does the God do, or what is there in the Mahabharata. Why did Krishna do this? Why did Rama do this? So he has, like, when we try to understand the concept and try to explain, that becomes a pravachana. Okay, then Shravana, Manana. Manana is kind of remembering whatever you have done. Okay, so like we read the Mahabharata, then we are trying to contemplate on that. So it's a deeper contemplation which becomes a spiritual sadhana. Then we don't know anything. We are not very intellectual. We don't know how to read, how to write, how to like it's very difficult for us to keep mauna. Then what we can do? Mauna is like oath of silence, as I told. Okay. Then bhajana. Bhajana is like having some sing songs of Bhagavan. So like one person says, other persons repeat. That is bhajana. So like there are people in India who arrange bhajan. Bhajan is like it's a community activity. Now, pravachana, shravana, manana, somewhat individual and community. The first set, japa, dhyana, and to lekhana are individual activities. Pravachana, shravana, both activities. Bhajana, yajana, pujana are community activities. Okay, so for bhajana, we need people. At least five of them would be a very good number, 5 to 6 people. And then the larger limit is thousands of people can be there. So they make a pandal, they make a, like people call them like pandals, bhajan pandals. They make like they choose a hall, they choose a temple, they choose a house or any place where they can go together. And it's almost like not one person singing and everybody listening. It's not like that. Bhajana is a special activity where one person sings and others also sing along. So it's a sing along activity. For example, they say once, these people say once, okay. So it says Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha. So all the people will repeat now. Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha. Then the one who is the leading one, he says Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha. Then all the people will say Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha. You can just YouTube for the bhajan. You can say some bhajan like the temple bhajans and all. So you will see this kind of pattern. Okay, so then it becomes a very divine act. Now this doesn't require any kind of education, depth, knowledge, guru. Even you don't need a guru to do bhajan. Bhajan is such an activity which you don't need anybody. You can just sit there, nobody invites you. That is another beauty. In any bhajan, you can just walk in, you can just sit, you can take the advantage. There is one Bhagwan's photo, or even that is not there. There are some musical instruments. There are not even that. There is like, Karatala, we do Sharanam Ganesha, Sharanam Ganesha. Kind of, you're just doing this clapping, and this really gives you a lot of energy. This is one of beautiful sadhanas. You can make it all life activity. There are people who live on this, who just live by like doing bhajanas. People give something to them. They call them to do the bhajana. The group goes, they does the bhajana and they get money in return. People have made it a lifestyle as well. So we get the spiritual advancement, we get the spiritual feeling and all that. So each one of these, like this is a community activity like pravachana, bhajana. Then there is a pujana. Yajana and pujana almost mean the same. Now the yajana is technical. Yajana is like yajna doing or something. People give small rituals to people, like people who are learned. They give something like small. Yajana is many kinds, like it involves fire, it involves non-fire, whatever, they can do that. Pujana is kind of very specific. We have these gods like Shiva, Lakshmi, Ganapati, etc. And we put a Shodasopacharas concept. We have like we put a series of like activities that we do. Then we like offer everything to them. Then it becomes the pujana, like the flowers, the incense, the prasada, the nivedana or whatever food to the god. All this becomes the pujana. Okay, so these are all activities for those who do not touch Vedas. Now, like I don't want to do all this sitting and all this. I want more, more activities. Then there are even more. So these are all the things until now which you do at your place. Like the japa, dhyana, bhajana, yajana, you can do sitting at your place. Now I don't like sitting at my place. I want to go somewhere and then only I want to like do the activity. Then it is like devalaya. I go to a temple. Parikramana, I do the like going around the sanctum sanctorium, the Garbhalaya. Then the Tirtha, we go to a pilgrimage place. Like Devalaya is how anybody near the surroundings. And like Tirtha is a special pilgrimage place. Then the Nadi Snana, if there is a Nadi, go and even doing daily. I'm telling you all these activities, not one time. You can do it every day. Like if you are nearby a very beautiful Nadi, a very pure, like sacred Nadi, a Nadi means a river. So you can go to that river and do the Snana. Snana means taking bath. Okay. Then prasada vitarana. Some people, they don't do any of this. They just make a prasada to Bhagavan every weekly once or weekly twice. They take to the temple when the people come, more people come. They just give this prasada to everybody. Even this activity is so beautiful. If somebody else has made prasada, even then you can do this. You need not make it and take it to the temple. If somebody has made it, you can offer, hey, shall I give this to everyone? And when you give that, that becomes a service to Bhagavan. And apart from this, I did not include temple services, like going to temple services, like even cleaning the temple, like the making the sweeping, making the like water mopping, and then like bringing water for the temple, like other activities, like to wash hands, etc. Arranging for that, getting something constructed, like a water connection in the temple, like putting the trees which are useful, putting the flower trees and which give flowers, and those flowers can be offered to Bhagavan. That is one seva. And even this people like in the Gurudwaras, I have seen people talk about it. So there is a footwear management. So what they do, the people just put the footwear, then they clean the footwear. When somebody does it as a like some wrong activity, they keep this activity as a prayashchitta or the renunciation, like not renunciation, something like cleaning activity, like we have done something wrong, then as a something that can undo that effect, remove that bad effect of the sin, then I do this. So some kind of such sevas also spiritually advances. Okay, so that temple services are also very beautiful. They include lot of stuff. So you don't need to have the japa, dhyana capacity or mauna capacity. You don't need not buy books for that. Just go and do the seva. Okay, and of course, like the help the priest of the temple, the pujari, the this one, what you call as the pujaka, the archaka. You can help him who does the services inside the garbhalaya, inside the sanctum sanctorium. You can just go and help him to discharge his duties. You can give money to that person. You can give some seva on the day of festival, just making a line, people making the people all come in one line, or you can arrange a bhajana in the temple, that also becomes as a temple service. Okay, so all these activities like helping others do their service, like some people come for seva, for example, some people come and sit in the temple and they want to do the parayana, for example, read the you can arrange something for them. You can arrange a place for them. You can arrange a like seating arrangement for them. You can help them give water. You can give water to them. Even that is a seva. That also purifies us. That also spiritually advances. And there are many such other activities. I am just giving you whatever, when I was preparing this presentation, whatever came to my mind randomly, I just picked up, because this is not meant to be a lesson on it, but just a direction. I want to give you a direction towards how to think about the spiritual practice apart from Vedas, apart from the Vedic systems, apart from the like the what is traditionally allowed for only some people, what others can do. So these actors, everybody is running behind Vedas. This is happening in India as well. Everybody is running behind Vedas. Oh, no, I have finished this Upanishad and now I'm going for that Upanishad. This is very strange that people are running behind the Upanishads even without knowing what is basically written. They don't even basically clean themselves. They don't even bath once a day and they are going for Upanishads. They don't even wear the clothes that are washed, which is very important requirement. Still, they are like, talking about Upanishadic knowledge, which is very bad. And it's not useful. Even if somebody tells you the Upanishads, even if somebody gives you the Vedas and you can take it, you can read it, you can recite it without any like any mistake, even then it is not allowed. It doesn't give you any advancement. That is the thing. Actually, people think that they have kept us away, otherwise we would have shown how much we can do. It is same thing like a 5th standard boy thinks, oh, give me the 10th standard syllabus, I will make it. It's like same like a 10th standard boy who thinks that, okay, give me the research material, I'll do the research and I'll become a doctor. I'll get my doctorate. No, it is not there. Actually, you're wasting your time. The Sanatana Dharma, people who designed this Dharma, or like the Dharma is one. Dharma is like nobody has created it. But those who have prescribed these methods for so and so Varna will have this, so and so Ashrama person will do this. So this is the duty. Whenever they designed it, they designed all these keeping in the view the person's needs, the what you call as the diversity of the human beings, like how they think, how they do, how they act, what is happening in their lives. When somebody is practicing this for a longer time, what is happening to them? You don't need much time, just 5 to 6 years, you will know that you are doing wrong. When the life is going wrong, in fact, there are many people, let me tell you. So there is like a woman who is like doing the like wrong Shri Vidya Upasana without her, she's not eligible for that, with even the basic this thing, and everything in her, I observed her very clearly, very, very, very near. I observed she keeps on meeting with accidents from time to time. When I asked her, when you believe in Devi, why is it like Devi is the one who saves, who protects you from such activities, from such happenings? Then why are you facing? She says, oh, Devi is taking my test. This is a very stupid. So people don't understand why. I understood that she is doing something wrong in her life. And there is one Upasaka who is doing the Sri Vidya again, and he's like experimenting with many, many deeper, practices without having the basic Indriya Nigraha. That is like the control of senses. Without even the basic control of senses, he's doing that. And he met with a heart attack very recently. Heart attack, cardiac arrest. Sorry, not cardiac. So cardiac attack. So it happened to him. And there are like people whom I heard about. I mean, these two people I know very clearly. I have observed them very near. And there are other people about whom I heard. Okay. So doing these practices, which are very higher level, without having the basic eligibility by janma, by karma, like by the birth and by our activities, we should be pure enough to pick up any one of these through the guru, of course, through the guru, and then practice them for life. Then we need some kind of, like this discretion, some kind of, mental understanding of what we are doing. And remember that there is an effect of this. These are just not activities. Like I said, I pay fees for my child in the school. Then it means the child will go to school the whole year, isn't it? The child is second standard, then the child has to go to school every day. The child has to do the homework. The child has to. So it's an activity. It's not just paying the fees. It's not just sending the school to the sending the child to the school. No, it's not that. It means that the child is studying. It means there is some activity. There will be some output. So there will be a consequence of whatever you are doing. You should never forget it. So check before you are entering into any kind of field. Thank you so much. So this is what I had to give you, and hope this video helps you to remove the notion that somebody has kept you away from something. That's why you're not spiritually advancing. No, please don't think so. There are many, many things you can do happily enough. You can do very with lot of convenience, without any tension, without any pressure, very dharmic. Like I have heard from my my guru that doing the practices which are beyond our reach, like with high kind of pressure, and highly putting it, rubbing it on ourselves, and actually pressing ourselves with those, getting the pressure. No, they become adharma. Even when you do a dharmic activity, it becomes adharma. So go by the rhythm of your body, rhythm of your mind, rhythm of your janma, rhythm of your karma, which suits you, in spite of your working in the office, you're earning, you're taking care of the family, you're doing such activities. And like my students, I'm doing this video keeping in, if they're like students, if they're doing some activity in their life, and these spiritual activities qualities should not come in the way of in fact, their quality should improve. They should become like more conscious beings, deeper beings, happier beings. Okay, Shubhamastu to you all.